This Bitcoin dump is most likely one of the biggest traps I have ever seen, and on today's update video, I will be backing this with evidence, what has historically happened before, and more importantly, what is going to be happening next. So I will be talking about this, the most important levels on Bitcoin to be watching right now, the spot Bitcoin ETF flows, which saw more than $200 million of outflows, and it is just proving that spot ETF money is dumb money. I will be talking about this, my trade, and many other very important things I need to discuss on this video, because Bitcoin is breaking down and I need to talk about it right now. And I will be more importantly talk about why I think this is a massive trap. So don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1,000 likes. That will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So without any further ado, I straight away want to be going in towards my reason why I think this is a massive trap. And I stumbled against this tweet on Twitter, and this tweet from Gummy was very interesting. And he is saying this is a scam dump. There have been 4 FOMCs in 2024. Every single one of them had this massive scam dump before. Bitcoin dumped 10% in the 48 hours before the FOMC, and on the FOMC day itself, it recovered the entire move. The market prices in an overly bearish statement and then quickly reverses. So looking at the chart and looking at the evidence, it is very interesting. So here we can see we had this massive red candle, and then on the day of the FOMC, we recovered. Then over here, we also had a massive red candle, and then on the day of the FOMC and the day afterwards, we recovered. And now once again, we're seeing a massive red candle for Bitcoin, and in exactly 11 hours from now on, we're going to have the FOMC. Most likely the rates are going to stay the same, but people are overly anticipating these statements, and most likely once it comes out and we once again see that, oh wait, things are not actually so bad as they seem, we tend to usually bounce back again. So I thought that this tweet was a very important one to be discussing, because yeah, apparently every single time once we do see the FOMC, we have this scam done before, and if this were to be playing out again, we are potentially right now sitting at the bottom. But one thing is for sure, and that is that every single time once the FOMC has happened in 2024, we have seen a significant pump afterwards. So are we going to once again see another pump later today, or potentially beginning tomorrow? That is of course the question we need to be answering. So Bitcoin indeed is currently trading in a massive waterfall pattern. I do think that indeed things, if I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame, the chart is not looking good at all. And if I'm looking at the 4 hourly time frame, we even went below my critical green box of support I talked about in yesterday's video, because this green box of support is by far my most important level of this entire trend, because this previously provided big support and resistance. Here as well, big resistance and support. And yeah, we ever so slightly broke below it, but like we just saw also over here, we just had an ever so slight fake out on the lower side, and now we're still holding above that level. So I do still believe that we're still looking quite okay here, but yeah, this is definitely not a thing you would really like to see here. Bitcoin is indeed breaking below the green box of support and then had a massive fake out, but currently is still trading above it. So that is still looking okay. Also on the 12 hour time frame, we're once again trading above this critical level right here, but currently we are still holding above the level. But indeed, I don't really like to see those candle closes below that very important level of support, because currently Bitcoin is really at a very dangerous state in the market. Because if we really confirm the break below this range right here, yeah, most likely the next big support target for Bitcoin is $64,000 US. And the only positive thing that we are seeing today is of course that we're going to be once again seeing history repeat with that FOMC. So interesting to be seeing and interesting to be pointing out here. But basically, like I mentioned on yesterday's video, currently we are in this large consolidation phase on the daily time frame, right? So we're massively consolidating. Here you can see we create that left shoulder, we created the head, and right now we're creating the right shoulder. But if we break below the green box, I discussed on previous videos on many occasions before, if we break below this box right here, we are breaking the uptrend structure. We're breaking this previous resistance, which right now flipped into support. And if we fall below it, it is going to confirm a new trend start that Bitcoin is of course potentially going to be going lower. And if we break below the green box, I won't be surprised that Bitcoin can come all the way down to the range again before doing then a next move again, right? So in order for Bitcoin to remain ever so slightly bullish, we need to be holding the green box right now in the market. And what is also very interesting is that last week we saw record inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETFs, and now the market is going down and we're seeing outflows again. And we've seen this many times before, and this basically also confirms the fact that spot ETF money is actually dumb money. Those institutions, they are literally selling at once Bitcoin is going lower, and they're buying millions of dollars once it is going higher. So very interesting to be seeing, but of course we're seeing only an ever so slight outflow compared to the inflow we had last week here, and the majority of the outflows are actually coming from GBTC. And of course, that is usually the fund where we see Bitcoin flowing out of. So that is actually quite normal to be seeing and not necessarily so bad in my opinion. But yeah, I do want to be pointing out that we did saw a $200 million outflow from the spot Bitcoin ETF. So regarding my trade, what am I going to be doing next? Because I'm still holding it open because I have not reached my take profit target. My strategy with my trade right now here is that I'm going to be looking at this green box right here. If we break below it, I'm going to be going out of my trade. I'm going to be taking like 100k profit and I will just sign for it. But if Bitcoin bounces here, it is still very likely that we're just going to continue higher because many people are right now afraid Bitcoin is going to be dumping. The sentiment is very bad here. We can see it. The funding rates are actually turning negative. But I do want to be pointing out that the fact is that still the majority of the liquidity is laying above us. And while right now the market doesn't really seem bullish, we can still most likely see that big reversal back towards the upside. So we'll hold my trade open until potentially we break below the green box of support, or if we hit my take profit target. And if you think like, oh, I want to be trading this as well, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video, because guys, if you're right to sign up an account to Bybit using this link right here, you can currently get a free $200 trade on Bitcoin or Ethereum. And all you need to do for that is deposit $100 in your first 7 days and you can already claim it. So super simple. If you want to get a free $200 on Bybit, make sure to sign up an account using that link below. And this deposit bonus is going to be ending in approximately, what is it, like 5 or 6 days. So make sure to check it out ASAP, because yeah, time is running out here. And once you don't have this deposit bonus anymore, you are definitely going to be missing out, because this is almost just free money you are getting. And of course, if you want to be enhancing your cryptocurrency trading, make sure to check out the CRYPTOSEA trading tools, where you can actually right now find the smart bot and the premium indicator, which is definitely going to be helping you in your trading experience, just like I am using myself as well. So currently for Bitcoin, we're seeing still that this massive downward sloping trend here, which I pointed out many days ago, is still very critical for Bitcoin. And we actually broke the upward sloping support line. Bitcoin is right now breaking lower. And I want to be really pointing out that green box here, which I talked about on these other time frames. I think this is one of the most important levels to be paying attention towards right now here. So yeah, as long as we're holding that level, we're looking okay. And I think the most important resistance we're going to be approaching if Bitcoin is going to be bouncing back here is of course the downward sloping resistance line. So that is where all my eyes and my attention is going to get focused towards, this downward sloping resistance line for Bitcoin. And of course, this support box on the lower side. And if we're really looking at the bigger things of it all, this drop that we're getting right now is really, really small. It is really small, to be very honest. And on the daily time frame as well, you can see it's just an ever so slight drop here. We're still in the midst of this consolidation phase. And to be exact, Bitcoin has been consolidating sideways for over an approximately 100 days right now. So that is actually being quite massive here. So things are actually quite okay. It's not all too bad here. But guys, thanks so much for watching towards the amazing new update video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to slap that like button on today's video. Of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to be seeing more of this content. But anyways, thanks so much for watching towards the amazing new update video. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.